Hello and welcome to class today. We're going to start on the floor. We're going to start seated. So sit in your chair, find your mat, get nice and comfortable. Okay, you can always start this beginning part of class laying down if that feels better for you too. We're just going to be doing some breath and visualization, so you don't have to be seated at the moment. So get nice and comfortable wherever you are. Maybe take some releasing breaths. So a nice big breath in and then just let it all go. Good. Let's do that a couple more times. Breathe it in and let it out. And again, one more time. Up and out. Great. So take a little inventory. How are you doing in this moment, on this day, in this month, in this year, in this body today? Maybe you're doing great. Maybe you feel like you have lots of energy. Maybe the body feels really great. Maybe mentally, emotionally, you're feeling A+. Maybe you're not. And that's okay too. The great, wonderful thing about yoga is that your practice meets you wherever you are. So it's really important to first listen to the body and be a good listener. And just bring it whatever it needs. So as we go through class today, if something doesn't feel quite right, or maybe you'd like to go a little less or a little bit more, go for it. This is all about what feels good for you. These next 30 minutes are just about you and your body and your breath and your mind. So let's get started. Take another big breath in and let it go. Good. Close the eyes if you choose. Notice where the thoughts are in the mind. So sometimes especially if you're new to yoga, it can feel a little even stressful when you first start out your yoga practice. What's it going to be like? Can I do it? What are your expectations? What are your expectations of yourself? So see if you can kind of set that aside. Maybe even say to yourself, this is just about me. It's not about doing what I do as the teacher or what you think you should be doing. It's just about you. It's just about you showing up for your body, for your breath, for yourself. We'll come to the breath. Such an important part in our yoga practice and relaxation process. As the mind wanders, bring it right back to the breath. Feeling the movement of the breath in the body. This month we're talking about self-discipline. And in yoga, it's called tapas, kind of like those tiny little appetizers. But this is about self-discipline. And I think sometimes when people hear that phrase, self-discipline, they might feel like they need to be more, do more. But I think what's really important as caregivers to think about self-discipline and marrying it with self-care is really making that choice daily to find some time for yourself, to find some time for self-care, whether that's a minute of breathing practice. Maybe it's just pausing and taking a look out your window. Maybe it's listening to your favorite song. Or maybe it's a little more luxurious. Maybe you're going on a long walk, or you're taking a nap. You're reading a book, watching your favorite show. Whatever self-care you choose every day, make that be that self-discipline. That self-discipline of choosing yourself every day, even for 1 minute, 2 minutes. So that's what I challenge you with today. Maybe for the rest of this week, being self-disciplined, using that tapas to create this routine, create this really great habit for yourself. Softening through hands and shoulders, neck, jaw, legs and feet. Five more breaths here. Good. If you're laying on your back, go ahead and bring the knees into the chest. Rock the knees a little side to side. If you're seated, just take a little sway. Let's just start some gentle movement for the back and the hips and legs. And if you're on the back, roll to one side and we'll all come together to meet in a seated position. Great, let's take that rock a little bit more around, maybe kind of half circles, side to side. You can even close the eyes here. Really just coming into the body. Good. And if you want, we'll take that circle all the way around, maybe even round those shoulders a bit as you go back. Take it forward and back, and forward and back, again forward and back. Let's stir the other direction. Take it forward and back, forward. Good. 3 more times around. And bring it all the way up to center. Nice, tall, seated position. Roll the shoulders up and back a couple times. Chin comes down to the chest. Roll the head a little side to side. Head goes to the right. Left fingertips can reach down towards the floor, or maybe hold on to the side of the chair if you're seated. Breath in and out. And if it feels good for you today, we're going to add a little sound with our practice. So inhale just normally in through the nose. And then exhale as you breathe out, you're just going to make a shh sound. So like a shh and then ooh at the end. Shoo. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Shoo. Again. Shoo. Good. Bring the head to center. And let's try the other side. A few breaths here. Just kind of feeling it out. Right hand can rest over to the side if you'd like. And if you want to add that sound in on this side, inhale, exhale. Shh. 2 more, inhale. And make that same sound. Shh. Shh. Great. Slowly bring everything back to center. Inhale, lift the head back up. If you're seated here on the floor with me, feel free to change up that leg shape whenever you like. No need to stay still in this one position for the whole time. It's actually better to kind of change things up a little bit. So I'm going to change my own position a little bit. I'm going to take my right leg in front. Inhale, take those arms out. Reach out, lift up nice and tall, and then turn those palms down and slowly lower them. Good, let's do it again. Inhale, reach out, up. Reach tall, tall, tall. And then take those palms down, make that sound if you choose. Good. Last time, inhale, reach it out. And up. Tall, tall, reach, and then palms down. Good, shake it out. Let it go. Great. Take that left leg, slide it out to the side. So if you're in your chair, just slide that left leg out as long as you like, out to the side. Good. We'll take that little rock back and forth, side to side. Kind of figure it out on your own, just getting some movement here, noticing how maybe that left inner thigh might get a little extra stretch as you move around in different ways. Take the right hand down to the side of the chair or to the mat. We're going to take that left hand, palm faces forward, and then maybe that thumb turns back a little bit, and then turn the palm down and back. Good. We're just going to make a little shoulder movements. Nice. Find some range of motion through that shoulder joint. Again, choose to go where your body wants you to go. So maybe not even where you want to go, where your body wants you to go. Good. One more time. Turn it down. Nice. Now we're going to sweep. Sweep it across and reach, and then bring it back. And then sweep it across and reach. Ooh, maybe even press through that left heel and then slide it back. Let's do two more. Sweep it across. Press through the left heel. Reach through the left fingertips. Sweep it back. Last time. Reach away. Reach through that heel. Good. Bring it back to center. Take the left hand to the left thigh or the left shin. You choose. Right hand lifts up. And we're going to reach over. Good. Feel that right sits bone pressing down to the chair, to the floor. Right arm can lift up. If that's uncomfortable for the shoulder, just let that arm rest down. But still find that side stretch. Good. One more breath. Big breath in and out. Nice. Bring it back to center. Let's switch sides. So take that left leg in and take the right leg out. Again, we'll get a little bit of movement here. So kind of roll it around. Just checking in with the body. Noticing what angles might feel good, what angles might not. And then we'll come upright. Left hand down to the floor. Take that right arm out to the side. Let's do that motion with the shoulder again. So turn the palm to face forward, maybe up a little bit, and then turn it forward, down, and maybe a little back. Good. Keep it going. You got it. And down. Nice. One more time. And down. Good. Now we're going to try that sweep. So sweep the arm across, reach through those right fingertips, reach through the right heel, and then sweep it back. Good. We'll do that a few more times. Reach as you exhale, inhale, maybe sweep it back. And as always, if you choose not to connect breath and movement together, that's completely fine. Maybe it feels better to breathe at a different pace. Again, up to you. Let's take it one more time. Reach through that right heel, right through those right fingertips, and then bring it back to center. Take the right hand to the thigh or the shin. Left hand's going to lift up this time and stretch it over. Three more breaths. Again. And release. Great. Bring that right leg back in. Sit however you choose. Let's take those arms out to the sides. Hands can be a little below the shoulders, so let those shoulders kind of relax. Shake it out a bit. We're going to flex the hands, flex the wrists, I should say, and press the palms away, like you're pressing the walls away from you. And then turn the fingertips down and kind of pull the fingertips towards the forearm, so you're stretching the top of the wrist. And then we'll do it again. Press the heels of the hands away. Maybe feel like you could pull those fingertips back, and then turn the fingertips down and pull towards the forearm. So stretch the top of the wrist. Good. Release down. Roll the shoulders up and back. Great. Shoulders to the ears. And drop it. Again. And drop it. One more. And drop it. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, we're going to make that sh sound again as we twist to the right. Exhale. Shh. Good. Few breaths here. Tall on the inhale, twist on the exhale. Listen to the body, especially if you have issues with the low back here. We want to keep the low back long and strong. You can always take the majority of this movement to the upper body. Just twisting through upper back and chest. One more breath. Good. On the inhale, hands rise up. And let's go to the other side and make that sh sound if you want. Shh. Good. Find your twist. Inhale to lift. Exhale. Twist. A few breaths here. Good. On your next inhale, bring those hands up. We're going to gently take that forward fold. So maybe the hands come to the thighs, especially if you're on a chair, or you can start to lean a little more forward. Maybe hands come to the mat or to the floor. Maybe those hands slide down to the shins or the floor if you're on your chair. And breathe. Good. Keep it going. Nice. In and out. One more. And then slowly take those hands back to the thighs, press your way back up, and roll the shoulders up and back. Fantastic. Come to all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. If you're in your chair, you're going to stand up and take the palms of the hands to the seat of the chair. So you're in a similar position, but the feet are just on the floor. Hands are on the chair instead of knees and hands on the mat. So go ahead and rock the hips side to side. Let's take some big circles here. Really sit back, come forward. Yep. Good. If this is uncomfortable for the wrists, make fists with the hands. Good. Stir in the other direction. Good. And then bring it back to center. Right hand or right fist is going to go down towards the mat. Left hand is going to sweep up. So sweep that left hand up, and you can reach it out or maybe lift it up a little bit. Exhale, sweep it down. And if you want, you can even kind of sweep it underneath that arm a little bit. So inhale, sweep out and up with that left arm. Take that left hand down and through. Good. Again, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, take it down. Both hands back to the mat. Sit back into your child's pose if you're on your mat. If you're on your chair, just let those weight sink into the heels. Maybe forehead rests down towards the chair. Just kind of hang out wherever you are. Let the body be loose. Hips can sway. We'll meet back up in that tabletop shape. Let's try the other side. So now left hand is onto the mat. Sweep that right arm out and up maybe. And then take it down and through. A little bit of a reach. Good. Inhale, lift it out and up. And down and through. Nice. Again. And down and through. Great. Back to center. This time we're going to do downward facing dog. So if you're in your chair, take the hands to the mat. Press those hips back, reach through the heels. If you're on the mat, tuck the toes under, press the heels down towards the floor and reach. So really press the hands into the floor or the chair. Press the heels back away from you towards the floor. They definitely do not have to touch. Just letting that stretch find the calves. Head is heavy. Good. Now, however you'd like to transition to stand, slowly take your time. Use extra support, hands on the thighs if you choose. Come all the way up. Good. Roll the shoulders up and back. Nice. Let's find our Tadasana, mountain pose. So with our Tadasana, let's just kind of shake things out first before we get serious here. No, I'm just kidding. Yoga's not serious. Okay, sometimes we think it is, but it doesn't need to be. Let's find that Tadasana, mountain pose. Feet are about hip distance. Check in with your feet here. Sometimes they're turned out, or maybe one's kind of turned out a little bit, one's a little bit more straight. So just check in and see if you can have your feet be even. If it feels better on knees and hips to have the feet turned out a little bit, great. If it feels okay to have them kind of parallel with each other, that's cool too. One thing I want you to think about here, which has been really helpful to me, I've had some low back issues throughout the years, and sometimes it's hard for me to engage my core while I'm standing, or especially bending over and picking things up, that kind of thing. So a really great trick, there's two. Option one is to clear your throat. So as you clear your throat, you can kind of feel your belly kind of hug in. So if you need to turn that core on, especially if you're leaning over, picking something up, as caregivers, you do that often. Use those belly muscles. And that, when I say belly muscles, I should really say core muscles, because it really tightens when you go, when you clear your throat, you can kind of feel that strength all the way around, front and back. So let's try that first. Just clear your throat and see if you can hold that position, kind of hold that hugging in and breathe at the same time. Good, and then let it go, shake it off. Good, let's try it again. Find that standing position, clear your throat, feel that hug in, see if you can hold it. And now I want you to press the feet to the floor and then feel like you could slide them apart. So that turns on glutes, deep core muscles, and those inner thighs. So all together, we're working all these big muscles here down to about the knees for your support. So those low back muscles don't have to do all the work. Good, shake it off. Let it go. So those are great little tricks to try out whenever you can. If you're doing dishes, if you're like standing at the sink, or if you're cooking, or if you're preparing meds, whatever it is, if you're standing at some kind of counter height or anything like that, press those feet down, spread them out, clear the throat, and just see if you can keep that strength, that support here, and breathe at the same time. Again, breathing is key. Okay, let's add some movement. Take the feet a little bit wider. Toes turn out gently, and we're just going to rock a little side to side. So we're just going to kind of bend knees, ankles, hips. Yep. If you want to take it a little bit wider, you can sink down a little bit, and again, move side to side. Yep. Good. Maybe let those arms move too. Just kind of waking up all those joints. Good. Another breath here. Great, let's bring it to center. So a little bend in the knees. Again, feet can be really wide, closer together, whatever feels good for you. The thing I want you to think about here is if the feet are really wide, notice if you're having this tendency of leaning forward, and maybe if you bring those feet closer together, you can be a little more upright. So I want you to think more about being upright than the feet being really wide. Good, a little bend. And let's add some arms. Bring the arms by the sides, palms face in front. And then you're going to push away, but keep those shoulders back. Good, then squeeze the elbows back. Press away on that exhale if you want. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, press it away. Good, one more time, inhale. And exhale. Good, let's add a little bit more. I'm just going to turn so you can see. If you choose, stay where you are. If you want, add this little extra, not a big difference. Inhale here, feel that squeeze, chest open. Exhale, press and round a bit. Good. Bring it back. Exhale, press it away. So you feel those belly muscles work. You're opening up through that upper back. Inhale, bring it back. One more time, pressed away. Good. Bring it in. Good. Press it away. And lift those arms up. Straighten those legs and just gently bring those hands down. Make that sh sound if you want. Shh. Yeah, great. Shake it out. Nice. So we've got all that movement going. Legs, arms. Let's add a little bit more. Take the feet, again, find your Tadasana, so feet about hip distance, whatever works. Roll the shoulders up and back. So here's some options here. You can clasp the hands together. You can also hold on to wrists. If those options don't work for you, grab a little dish towel or a strap or a tie or anything you can to connect those hands together to make it feel good for the shoulders. We're just going to take a good stretch here through those chest muscles. So again, if you're doing a lot of leaning forward through the day, so maybe that means you're driving a lot, or you are working at a desk, or you are just working like this a lot, so good to take that time, open up through the chest, open up through the shoulders. Feel free to add a sway. I always like a little bit of movement. Always feels good. One more breath. You're doing great. Good. Release those arms. Shake them out. Try to take one arm on top and then the other, just to kind of change it up a little bit. Great. Let's add some balance before we go into relaxation. Take the weight over to the right foot. Always feel free to add a chair. Use the wall. So weight's on the right foot. Nice strong support here. So feel that right heel press down. Left toes can stay touched. Arms out to the sides. If you want to add some balance, maybe we lift that left foot up. Maybe we even circle the left ankle. Go one direction and then the other. Yep. You got it. We got about 5 more breaths. So feel free to tap that toe down whenever you want. 2 more breaths to go. Yep. Great. And release it. Kick it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Let it go. Yeah. Great. Onto that left foot. Left foot down. Find that steady, firm foundation. Pushing through the heel, lifting them nice and tall through the top of the head. Take those arms out wide if you choose. Right toes can touch. Maybe you find chair or wall here. If you like, right foot can start to lift. And then maybe even that right ankle circles. Make sure you take it in both directions. So go one way and then the other. We got 5 more breaths. Balancing is not easy, but it does get easier if you keep practicing. Good. 2 more breaths to go. Nice. Release. Shake it out. Okay, find your way back to your chair or down onto your mat. We'll come into our relaxation part of the practice. If you have a mat and you don't mind laying on your back, find your way there. That's where I will be. But you can choose to be seated, laying on the side, leaning up against the wall, in a chair, wherever you want. This is all about finding your most relaxed shape. So take another couple breaths here just to get into that place. See what feels good for today's body, because it might be different than yesterday's or tomorrow's. Let's take 2 more breaths to get settled, especially if you're on the mat, if you'd like to add some props in, like a blanket or a pillow underneath the head. Or maybe you choose to put a blanket underneath the knees if you'd like to have those legs out straight. We'll come back to that breathing again, that shh sound. If you want, inhale, breathe through the nose. And exhale it out. Shh. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Shh. Let the whole body soften. Letting go of any control of the breath. Feel free to stay here as long as you'd like and continue on with that challenge of self-discipline, finding a moment for self-care every day this week. Thank you for joining me.